Welcome to your college football preview rivalry week.
Yeah.
And what is it? Week 13?
Yes.
Unlucky 13.
I think so.
I think that's correct. We're gonna kick into it.
All the biggest rivalries here. We've got Michigan, Ohio State. We've got Alabama, Auburn. We've got me and John.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna fucking fight in this garage.
There was this girl
starting right now
who just didn't know who she wanted to choose, Eamon or John.
Yep.
Just kidding.
So I went home with her Yaley boyfriend.
Yeah. We both went home with her Yale boyfriend.
He was very tall.
He was really tall. Yeah. But yeah, that was interesting. Anyway, last weekend was fun but sad. Me and Eamon were in a section full of mostly Stanford fans. So close. And we were very close to winning, but our defense could not contain the run in the end. I think they got a little tired. And there was an interception at a bad time. There was an interception at a bad time. We didn't get a turnover. We needed some mistake from Stanford. We did not get
but next year I'm very confident we will get the axe back.
Next year we're playing at home.
Yep. And Stanford's going to be replacing a lot of starters. Cal's going to be a year older. We're good.
I think we're going to do it next year, I believe.
Yes. The tide is turning.
Yeah. Anyway, here's a quick video. I'm going to edit in the video that I took while we were there. So here's a quick video to prove we were there.
Really? I swear. Yo, go Bears!
All right, and now we're back. Anyway, so that was that. That was fun.
What a video!
Yeah, don't get a bratwurst. Bratwurst sucks there. Eamon got the waffle fries, and the waffle fries were actually pretty good.
Pretty good for how cheap they were.
Yeah, and I think they don't sell beer. They do sell beer.
I didn't see any beer. I would have gotten one had I found one.
Yeah. So but yeah.
Oh, and don't listen to the fucking
offense.
Okay, I was gonna say never listen to the guy outside the gate who tells you which way to go.
Oh my god, the fucking security guard told us, you
guys gotta go all the way down to
you gotta go to gate 3.
Yeah,
we get to gate 3
we're at gate 15 or something at that point.
We get to gate 3 finally, and it turns out to be the fucking Stanford student gate.
Yeah, and the entirely wrong side of the stadium as well.
We're like, what the fuck is... And then we asked the guys over there, and they're like, oh, just enter through any general entry.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I'm like, are you fucking joking? So, anyway.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
We've already burned
we need to talk about the guy that's in the crowd real quick. So,
okay, fine. There's this guy across the aisle from Eamon.
Yeah, so I'm doing let's go defense and let's go Bears and stuff. Every time I'd say let's go defense when Cal was on defense, this kind of squeamish sounding guy or nebbish sounding guy in the section over would go, let's go offense. And he was doing that all game.
Special teams.
He was special teams. Let's go Stanford second down offense.
The dude, I swear,
he was clearly just trolling us. Except towards the end of the game, he was starting to get very aggressive.
Oh yeah, he was. As soon as it was clear Stanford was gonna win, he was.
He started to get up in our shit a little bit.
Yeah. We're about to throw down, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last weekend was pretty good. Last weekend we kind of started Rivalry Week. This year we finish it, because we finish things.
We're finishers.
We're finishers, god damn it. So let's kick into this. On Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, you have one game and one game only. And I think the NCAA set this game up because they knew that the NFL was going to give us a chump game for the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't watch the Giants and the Deadskins. It's terrible. That's a terrible game. What a terrible way to... they're counting everybody going out to Black Friday, stand in line.
I honestly...
man, let's just let the Giants play.
I honestly don't get...
But this game's actually decent, even though Ole Miss is only 4-6, or 5-6.
So we have the Egg Bowl at 4:30.
Egg Bowl.
Ole Miss at number 14, Mississippi State. Like Eamon was saying, Ole Miss is not terrible. Mississippi's not amazing. They're sitting 14 for a reason.
Yeah. But, you know what? They gave Alabama a scare, and they got in their own way a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot bit.
And I mean, I think we've said this about 1,000 times, but you can't count on the record or the rank in a rivalry game. In our opinion.
All bets are off.
Yeah, all bets are off.
Ole Miss trying to get that bowl berth, so they'll be playing for something. You know what? I give this one 4 stars, given the circumstances.
I'll give it 4 as well. Given the fact that it's the Egg Bowl, it means a lot down there.
Good game to fall asleep to, too, after you've had too much to eat.
Yeah, exactly. I will be watching that one for sure. If my Uncle Michael lets me change the channel to that.
Uncle Michael, you better let him watch that fucking game.
I let him watch whatever he wants. You know, he's schizophrenic, poor guy, and...
now I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad.
I used a very threatening tone. I take it back.
No, it's okay. I just am like, hey, Mike, what do you want to watch? You know, the Ole Miss game is on. Could be good.
Tell him you got money on it.
He's a Niners fan, so he has no interest in the Giants versus the Skins. Anyway, that's a decent game. Let's go to Friday. Friday, we actually, you know what's hilarious is if you look at our lineup, we have enough games to fill your day.
Yeah, actually a lot of games on Friday, and some of them are pretty good.
So we're going to move fast because we do have a lot of games to cover in this video. Navy at Houston. Should be a decent game. American Conference teams both have the exact same record, 9 a.m.
Yeah, Navy gave Notre Dame a scare last week. They were playing them tough.
They give Notre Dame a scare every year.
They do. They've beaten them like 5 out of the last 10 years or something. Or
it's insane.
4 out of the last 11, something like that.
Yeah.
The very different styles of teams here, though. So that should be an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one 4.
3.5.
3.5. Okay. Yeah, you're right. It might not be as close as I think it is. Next, we have at 12:30 in Orlando. My girlfriend will not be at the game, but she'll be in the area. I don't know why.
What the hell, Emma?
I told her as soon as I knew she was going to be home.
This is a directional Florida showdown.
As soon as I heard she was going to be home for Thanksgiving, I told her you need to get tickets to the UCF game. And what did she do? She did not.
She doesn't get you, man.
She did not get tickets to the UCF game. Now, you might be asking, John, you're not even there.
John, you should have gone home with her for Thanksgiving.
Should have gone home with her.
Solely so you could go to this game.
Yeah, but it's not even a rivalry. I don't know. It's not really...
It sort of is.
So I can hang out on the beach level at the UCF Stadium.
Nice.
That's where it's at. Anyway, UCF's number 15. USF was ranked, so this game was supposed to be a lot better, but they're only a one-loss team. This should be a good game. It's UCF's last challenging opponent.
I think this is going to be a fun game. I'm going to give this one 4 stars.
I'm going to give this one 3.5 because I think UCF might be better than we think they are.
These are potentially the 2 best teams in Florida this year. And that includes NFL teams.
Except Miami.
Except Miami,
yeah.
sorry.
If you're not counting the U.
Somehow I forgot about them.
Yeah, if you're not counting the U.
These are the 2nd and 3rd best teams in Florida,
yeah,
including NFL teams.
If you told someone that we were going to end this year with UCF being the 2nd best team in the state of Florida, I think everyone would have laughed in your face.
Yeah.
And so this is...
And probably because they thought the best team would be Florida State.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit challenging for us out here to wrap our heads around just how hyped Orlando people are right now. So...
Shout out Orlando.
Shout out to Orlando. This is pretty sick. Next, we move on to the 5 p.m. game. It is the Battle of the Virgins.
As it's been known for many years.
As we make up names for these games every year. I'm sorry. Virginia Tech, number 25, at University of Virginia.
The battle for the V card.
Yep, commonly referred to as UVA and VTech. And
the Hokies and the Cavs.
The Hokies and the Cavs, and this is going to be.
Or I think Virginia is also known as Who's.
The
Who's. The Hokies and the Who's.
And the Who's. So Virginia's not that good. I won't even lie to you.
They were up 28-14 on Miami last week.
Well, yeah, true.
And it looked like this could be a little bit of a trap game for Miami.
Trap.
It's a trap.
We got some traps coming up.
Then Miami inevitably remembered who they are. So I don't know. Virginia's talented. VTech is always a threat.
And this is the rivalry game of the state, so...
Oh, yeah. All bets are off.
Should be a good one. I'm going to give it 3.5.
I'm going to 4.
Because I'm afraid of Virginia.
I'm feeling generous.
All right. We cruise on to Saturday. I didn't put Ohio State's ranking on the sheet. My bad.
What are they, like 14 or something?
What
no, they're not that low.
They're at fuck 'em.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Let's stick with that.
13?
They're 9.
9. Yeah, some stupid number. Anyway, Ohio State at Michigan in the Big House, 9 a.m.
Unfortunately, meaningless game at this point.
Is it though? Even if Michigan beats them, it doesn't matter?
I think they're pretty much a lock, right?
For the
championship game?
Yeah, they are.
Unfortunately, meaningless in terms of that.
Well, didn't we say last week that this could have a potential... well, no, because over the course of the week, we've listened to some talk shows and listened to people talk, and it sure sounds like Ohio State will not make the playoffs no matter what.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what happens, is what.
Especially now that they've moved Miami up to number 2, and there some person was quoted on Miami, somebody who's part of the playoff committee,
yeah,
and said that they really view Miami as a legit championship contender, and so I think they're doing whatever they can to get legit championship contenders into there.
Yeah, and Ohio State is not. Ohio State is. If you put Ohio State in, you would have a worse situation than we did in the first playoff, bracket, where we had Ohio State versus Bama, and Bama just shredded them.
Yeah. So yeah, and there's really no way.
Or did they shred Oklahoma in that? I don't remember.
I can't remember. Anyways.
Anyway.
Penn State is behind Ohio State in the East, but Ohio State already beat them, so it doesn't even really matter if they lose.
Yeah, so even if they tie records, doesn't matter.
Exactly. But it's still Ohio State and Michigan.
Is Michigan playing for bowl eligibility?
I think they're already eligible. They've already got 8 wins.
Okay, then they're just playing for a better bowl.
They're playing for Jim Harbaugh being able to beat Ohio State once. Like, it's never happened. Maybe when he was a player, I can't remember.
And it may never happen if he doesn't recruit a fucking quarterback, Jim.
Oh yeah, they had to go back to O'Corn last week because their other quarterback got hurt.
Brandon Moron.
So they got no shot.
Good God. Disaster zone at quarterback for those people. Anyway, 3.5 because I'm scared OSU is just going to blow them out of the water.
Yeah, same, honestly.
Yeah.
This could have been a great game.
This really could have been.
Oh well.
But what can you do?
Surprising game of the day coming up, though.
Yeah, we have number 23, Boise State.
Yeah, baby.
At Fresno State. Fresno State, as you know, is 4 hours from us here in the ALB. And,
that's right.
I mean, I hate to say this, I really did not realize that our boy Jeff Tedford took these guys to an 8-3 season.
Jeff Tedford, a Coach of the Year candidate, officially.
I mean, this is the best me and Eamon could have hoped for him.
Yeah.
Like he comes back. We wanted him to achieve success at Fresno State. He came back, and that's exactly what he did.
And the interesting thing is, this is likely a preview of a Mountain West Championship rematch next week.
Wait, really? They scheduled? Why would the Mountain West do that?
I don't know.
Two distinct conferences, so they scheduled an interdivision matchup.
Almost certainly almost certainly a part 1 of a 2-week rematch next week.
They must have thought that Fresno State was going to be so bad.
Probably.
This year. Oops.
But the Bulldogs are coming, baby. I know this is the first time Boise State's been in the rankings all year, maybe.
Yeah.
Or at least since the beginning of the year.
The beginning of the year, I think they were in it briefly.
And at Fresno, so the people will be out and loud for that one.
Yeah. It's going to be a big turnout.
You know what? I'm going to give this one 4.5 stars, dude.
I'm going to give this one 4.
Okay.
But this is going to be a really good one. If you're from the Valley, hop in the truck, throw your kids in the bed, and head on over there.
Yeah. Start drinking early.
Yeah, start drinking early. Tip some cows on the way if you can. Do it for me.
Unfortunately, that game is at the same time as this other huge game.
This other game that's not quite as important as that game, and is not really going to be very exciting.
Nobody's talking about it.
The South has no interest in this game. It's not really, Roy Moore won't be there. I'm
actually, he might be on hand.
Sure, he might.
He might be on hand for the coin flip. I don't
know. Yeah, boys. It's number 1, University of Alabama, at the University of Auburn, number 6, and this is at 12:30 p.m. Good God, I hope they don't let Roy show up because. They might be dumb enough to allow that.
Well, they probably wouldn't allow it, but he might just show up anyways.
Well, yeah, true. He might just show up anyways.
Because he does not listen to when people tell him no.
Yeah.
Oh,
boy. Eamon got him there.
And I'm out.
Yeah, this is the game that you may know as the Iron Bowl.
The Iron Bowl.
You've probably never heard of it. It's only the most I don't know, storied rivalry in college football.
It's up there. I wouldn't call it the
there.
most storied.
Not
but
the most, yeah.
In the South, maybe.
In the South, yeah.
But this should be a great one. I mean, Auburn's been playing really well. This is the biggest chance. This is the biggest chance we have for an Alabama upset, which would just throw the rankings into complete chaos.
Oh yeah. This is the first shot we have at a great Iron Bowl since 13.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be like 13's Iron Bowl. I'm serious.
And it's at Auburn.
And it's at Auburn, like the 13 Iron Bowl.
Anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna throw 5 stars down. Also, did you see the story today that apparently Lane Kiffin still texts Nick Saban, but he never gets a response?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
That's fucking hysterical. I'm gonna give this one 4.5, and Lane, I hope you're there. I don't think you have a game this weekend.
I don't think so. I don't know. He has to fly in, right? Because you know he's not gonna be at FIU next year.
Yeah. True.
No chance.
You gotta
He's gotta start angling for a new coordinator job. Maybe with Auburn.
Let's go ahead and actually cut all of that. I didn't say anything. Anyway, what I meant to say was that Lane Kiffin will have a couple of 18-year-olds on his shoulders.
He will.
I didn't mean to insinuate that he's a child molester.
That's what he does.
He does aim young, though.
Yes.
So, it could happen accidentally.
Well, he's got to start angling for that Auburn offensive coordinator job now, and if he wants to hang out with the cheerleaders while he's there, so be it.
Yep.
Took a weird turn.
4.5 stars.
Took a very weird turn.
5 stars, 4.5. Let's move forward. So after that, it's kind of chill until 5 o'clock. But an hour into that Bama-Auburn game, you're going to have the great desert rivalry. Flagstaff versus...
No, it's Tempe versus Tucson.
Tempe versus Tucson?
Flagstaff?
No one's in Flagstaff? What the fuck? Alright, it's Arizona versus at Arizona State. Sun Devil Stadium, bitch. It's where you two played in the Joshua Tree Tour, or Rattle and Hum Tour. And,
I can't remember the name of this game.
Let me tell you a little bit about Flagstaff, bitch.
This should be a really closely played game. The matchup predictor on ESPN is basically 50-50 right now.
49.6 and something else.
Couple of teams with very athletic quarterbacks. You got Manny Wilkins, you got Khalil Tate. This is gonna be a barn burner.
This is gonna decide the South as far as I'm concerned.
Only a 2-point spread.
I know that USC's won the South already, but as far as I'm concerned, whoever wins this game wins the South. I'm not interested in USC.
I'm right there with you. Fuck USC.
USC.
What have they done?
They've done nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one 4.5 as well.
I'm gonna give it a dead 4.
Okay.
Dead on 4. 4.00.
And I like that this game is on in the middle of the day, not and this would be
not at night.
This would be a classic Pac-12 after dark game.
Oh God, yes. Well, because also, and you gotta. As much as I despise the Pac-12 after dark games, it would be a lot cooler in Arizona at that point.
True. It's going to be a hot one, like 7 inches from the midday sun.
Santana, local Bay Area.
And if I said, this life ain't good enough...
Rob Thomas actually bought me a sandwich today.
Today?
Because I've told you my internet service provider at the Raceway is named Rob Thomas.
Okay. Man, you had me going there for a second. Alright.
I got him.
Alright. Moving on.
Moving on to 5 p.m. One of your pretty decent evening games to kill the day with. Number 8, Notre Dame at number 21, Stanford. This is at the field me and Eamon were just at. Let me tell you.
So we're going again this week, right?
It's chilly. Oh God, I wish. Wait, we could. No, I don't want to go. I don't know about you.
I have a leprechaun costume already.
Oh my God. Don't do that to me. Who's that guy with you, John? It's Eamon. He's Irish. What do you... He's just trying...
I'm trying to find my heritage. You wouldn't understand.
I would not understand.
Faith and Megara.
Anyway.
Anyways.
We were trailing off there for a minute, but let's...
Notre Dame trying to salvage their season. Get into still a good bowl.
This is a tough one to decide.
Yeah, it should be a close one, actually.
I almost want to give it 3.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think Notre Dame might just wreck them. But it is at Stanford. So I'm going to give it 4. I'm going to
give it 4 as well.
I'm going to give it 4, and that's because it's at Stanford. And Notre Dame, I don't think, is actually good in an 8. They are not 8. You have to look at this 8 and be like, okay, that's because they're like a name brand school. You have to remember.
I was starting to think that this could be their year up until Miami just shellacked them.
Yeah, shame.
And then they
I didn't think it was their year, but I thought they were good.
They still looked like hungover from that last week against Navy. Although Navy's tough.
Yeah, Navy hard.
Navy's just a weird opponent, anyways.
Yeah.
And I still don't have a handle on whether Stanford is good or not. I don't think they are. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 4 stars.
They hinge on the run game. So if Bryce Love can get yards on these guys,
yeah,
then they can win this game.
Yep.
But yeah, 4 stars. Anyway, we flip over to our final game of the night.
Potentially the best game of the day. That is including the Iron Bowl.
Yeah, this is the Apple Bowl.
Apple Cup.
Apple Cup. Yeah. Washington State University, number 13 at number 17, University of Washington, at 5 p.m. All same time as the Stanford game.
Yep. Those two games, especially this game, huge in determining the Pac-12 championship game next week.
Yeah, this is a big timer. I think we were saying that Washington needs a lot of help to get into to get into the Pac-12 championship game. Washington State just needs to
State just needs to win, and they
need to win,
and they win the North. Washington needs to win and have Stanford lose.
Yes.
If Washington wins and Stanford wins, then Stanford wins the North.
So if Stanford wins and Washington State wins,
it's Washington State.
It's Washington State.
Well, all Washington State has to do is win.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're in.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stanford...
Because Washington State's already beaten Stanford, and Stanford's already beaten Washington. So the order is, although they all have, I think, the same record or similar, is Washington State, Stanford, Washington.
Gotcha, okay.
And one of them will face USC.
I
really think Washington State has the edge here because Washington's offense has just looked completely dead for a lot of this season.
Yeah.
Jake Browning has regressed hard.
Last year we really thought he was going to be something special.
And I think that had a lot to do with his weapons last year. Lost a couple of his best receivers. Their run game hasn't been quite as explosive. And honestly, he's been knocked around a little bit.
Yeah.
But it is at Seattle. I think we thought that Washington State had it last year too, and it was in Pullman, and then they just got throttled. So who knows? Yeah,
I want to give this one 4 stars, but I'm worried about that Washington offense.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it 4.5 stars, man. I'm being an optimist this week.
All right, I'm gonna give it 4 then. I'm gonna ride that Amon wave.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 4 because
maybe it's all the drugs talking, man. I don't know.
I'm going to give it a 4 because maybe Jake Browning will hang in there and they won't get shredded.
We'll see.
Mike Leach is kind of good at constructing his own demise anyway, so.
Kind of is. Yeah. I think he secretly loves it though.
Yeah.
He'll play it off like he's mad about his teams getting crushed like they did at Cal, but I think he secretly loves it. I think he's a masochist.
I think he might be, yeah. Some kinky shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Ever since he met those goths in the cemetery.
That was a weird story. If you ever want to look for that video, I think you just search on YouTube Mike Leach goths.
Yeah, you'll find it. Yeah. You'll get there.
You'll get there. We also
great week, man.
We didn't put this on our paper because we just didn't think it deserved to be. But on Friday night, Cal is playing UCLA. I believe it's at 4:30.
Yeah, I think both teams trying to get a bowl berth.
Yeah, that's what's funny. It's 2 5 and
6 teams.
5 and 6 teams. Yeah. So they're both playing for one win gets you the bowl.
Yep.
Potentially, especially for a Power 5 conference, and
we know it's at UCLA. So and Cal has struggled on the road, obviously, as we all know. But UCLA's run defense is Swiss cheese. It is god awful. And so I'm pretty sure Patrick Laird's going to run for 275 yards.
Which Eamon pointed out is all he needs for 1,000.
He only needs 50 yards for 1,000.
He only needs 50 yards for 1,000 on this
I think he's going to easily get that.
Yeah. So he's going to have 1,000 this season. I'm not sure how many Pac-12 running backs have 1,000. Cal's running backs...
Probably not that many.
Cal's running backs of the last few years have kind of quietly trudged along. There was Laird is going to have 1,000-yard season. I believe
Lasco was the last one. I think he was the only one.
Quietly.
He was the only one under Sonny Dykes. They churned out 1,000-yard rushers under Tedford.
Yeah.
And Ron Gould, the running backs coach. But yeah, I don't know. I'm confident in Cal for this one because they played mostly pretty well against Stanford. They had a few mistakes. And UCLA's terrible.
Yeah, UCLA's really bad. Jim Moore just got fired.
Although that could help them. That could help UCLA.
I don't know. That might be
yes, Jim Moore is out this bitch. We finally get to play.
We'll see. I mean, yeah. Let's do a quick count. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. Boom. If you can watch all 10, you get an empty In-N-Out cup as a prize.
Yes. And you get to go on a date with John.
And you get to go on a date with John. What if there's like some really hot girl who watches all 10?
Holy fuck, man, that'd be awesome.
That'd be insane. So cool. Anyway, I'm John.
I'm Eamon.
And this is football. We're out.